Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Today's flavor is tang, flavor maker, tang, okay, sugar. And if you look at the sugar, we have the grain or the rice symbol, which is a cross. That means that has nothing to do with crucifixion, okay? This concept of crucifixion was totally foreign to the local culture in China back then before somebody, I guess, 500 years ago traveled to China that far to spread the gospel, so to speak. But before then, like we were not aware of another religion from that far away. So this cross in Chinese culture symbolize separation. So we have the farm field, which is one box land. You quarter it to mean you separate it into smaller pieces. So here, the separation means you classify the grains. So these four separate dots, you can look at it almost like a short grain, long grain rice. So different rice are going to be classified because ancient times, the farmers not only they produce they after a full years of hard work, right? They try to make some money out of it and also pay tax to the government with the grains. And so this classification of what type of rice, I guess, is a different price label as well. It's critical. So this cross quartered quadrant, I guess, this classifying rice into different categories, different grade levels, related different price tags, that's super important. So this rice classification then become the rice symbol itself. Rice or other type of grains, okay, so it's carb. Okay, the right side means speaking vigorously, something like that, because we have the mouth symbol, this is the speaking sign, and then we have this pointer thing. So this convex shape with this vertical line is like pointing toward, it's puncturing through, and then we have one horizontal line intersect with this vertical line, and that means inside something. And so we have the mouse symbol at the bottom, it's pointing toward the mouse, and this intersection of this entering inside with the mouse symbol means the tongue. And actually, in this tongue symbol, you have both the mouth and the tongue together. And when you have both mouth and the tongue, that's related to something about your speaking function, because that's the main organs you're going to make speeches with. And then we have two hand symbols from left and right, reach in to complete this image of somebody using their tongues and mouths, and then they use their two hands. So as the contemporary like communication experts would say, like use body language, right? Would not only speak, mouth and tongue motion, like you want to put some gestures, but not too much, just right amount, right? The whole thing is a whole communication skill class thing. And I know I like to use a lot of hand symbol to facilitate communication, to try to, especially I try to depict the icons in here. So it's a lot of visual cues in there. But Chinese capture this tongue mouth use together with both hands as somebody who's used lots of body language when speaking. So it's kind of like vigorous speaking. And eventually that vigorousness extended into somebody who is boastful, who is talking big ideas, who is drawing a big pie and try to visualize something, right? And make big promises or excite the audience. So that becomes the later on derived meaning from this vigorous hand gestured talking habit. Okay. Then that together with the rice symbol, why it becomes sugar? Okay, so that's not only it's a sound maker because the right side is tang, That's the same sound. Also, like I firmly believe the Chinese composition, not only the left side means the meaning, the right side is the sound maker, but actually they pick the sound for the meaning, and it happened to be the sound, so it become the sound maker. That's my theory. And then this sugar thing, this right side, this loudly speaking, become not only boastful eventually, because we have a dynasty called the Tang Dynasty, is that character. And that character eventually not only carried the negative meaning of somebody who is boastful, exaggerated hyperbole, speaking, rhetoric, but it became carry a positive meaning, especially one dynasty is named after this. That means big or grand. I mean, grand speaking, right? And then it's grand. The vastness came out of this character. So this vastness plus the right symbol became sugar. And I tried to make up some theory. Here's my best effort. Okay, right symbol, yes, symbolize where it came from. It's a plant-based grain extract. Because in ancient time, the sugar have to came from somewhere, right? The taste of sweetness have to come from somewhere. It's a plant basis, so it's extracted from some grain. And I would imagine it's kind of like a wheat germ that create a little bit of sweet taste, and eventually sugar cane and all that sugar taste making plant based. So that's what the left side. And the right side, this vigorous speaking, I would imagine somebody, once they have sugar, they are sugar high, then most likely their behavior after the sugar high would have this vigorous speaking exhibited in there, right? So that's my pretty make up story of why this vigorous speaking plus the right symbol became the sugar. Okay, we have 喜糖. So that's newlywed when they want to spread word about their getting married to their circle of friends. So besides the wedding ceremony, or say somebody at your work you're not that familiar with, so it was not invited to the wedding. But how would people know you get married? People give them 喜糖, means joy candy. Joy candy is the symbol or the message sender of somebody get married, and you're going to have to give joy candies to your coworkers. Okay, 糖葫芦 is sugar coated. 葫芦 is in the shape of a gourd, but actually it's a string, like a skewer of sour tasting 葫芦. I don't exactly know. 山楂 actually. I think I actually don't know how to translate. 山楂 is a type of fruit, and we often consume that fruit sugar coated because it's super sour. So you have to sweeten it to be able to consume it, and it eventually became a winter favorite, a local food from northern China where I grew up with. 糖糕 is a sugar cake. Actually, 糖糕 was not that sweet in comparison to American cakes. Chinese cakes are way less sugar. So that's one of the shockers, culture shock when it came to America. Is like food here are super sweet. It's beyond reasonably sweet. So I don't even know why American consumers, their taste palate were trained to take so much sugar in it. So I cannot consume, for example, the birthday cakes made in Costco or any of the retail stores. It's simply too sweet for me. Not only me, like all the immigrants from China, like our taste was not that. Even if we appreciate the sweetness, but the dosage of sweetness is way lower than here. So 糖糕 was, even if it translated as sugar cake, it sounds like oh sugary. It's way less sweet than American cakes. So here is how 糖葫芦 looks like. And usually, because it's a sugar, right, it's going to melt in high temperature. So this was a favorite local food in wintertime. And it's joyful too. It's the red color and almost like a big rubies, right, in a string, and you hold it in your hand. And it's a finger food as well. You can hold it everywhere. Kind of like a shopping mall experience or carnival experience that you want to have something sweet, tasty, and joyful looking, and hold in your hand, consume where when you're having fun in other ways. So that's Tang. Thank you for your time. See you another day.